Oh, surprised myself. We're live. Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Magic Auto Detailing and Paint Enhancement here in a quite warm and sunny day here in Sharpsburg, Georgia. This will be part 4, I believe, on this Nissan 240 SX. Neat little car. And in a minute we'll go out there in the garage, but I just wanted to show you guys and gals, hey, somebody's there. Hey, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, make a comment. Hey, let me know who you are. I wanted to show you a few of these before photos before we go out there and review our progress to date thus far. First thing I'm going to show you out there is this is a shot of the roof when I got this car in, and yeah, you can zoom in and see it was quite bad. It was pretty horrible. Look at all that gunk on that roof, would you? Holy cow. Oh man, it was bad. Oh, look at all that stuff right up in there. Holy cow. Hey, Mr. Moore. Yeah, it was pretty pitiful. And we finished the roof, so I'll go out there in a minute and show you that. Everybody's like, oh, he's in front of the dadgum computer again. I can't figure out how to interject these in the video other than doing it like this. Oh, somebody else is watching. This was a shot of the trunk when I first got this car in. Holy moly, there once again. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that right there. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. Of course, we have taken the spoiler off at this point, if you recall, because the owner said he's going to take this off anyway, and he's going to get a different kind of spoiler to go on there, so all that junk there really doesn't matter. Let's see, I think we have, there's another shot of the trunk. You can see, look at all those scratches, would you? Holy cow, man. Can't say for certain, but I mean, look at all those scratches and all those contaminants. I think most of that was done, to neglect, but those kind of scratches right there, to me, are more from probably an automatic commercial car wash. I mean, you could almost see the brush marks there. Hoo-wee. Man, breaks my heart to see that happening to a car. Oh boy. And one last shot, you could see, look at that. That thing was scratched all to hell and back. Goodness. All right. Enough of the computer. All right, folks, oh, there's my car. Let's take a walk out here, Mr. Moore, and I don't know who else is watching. Whoever that is, hey, give me a... who is that? I can't see that little beady picture up there in the corner. Who is that? Who is that? Say something. Give me a comment or something. But anyway, what I was going to show you is, remember with just a minute ago, we saw the picture, the photograph of the roof. Remember how terrible it was? Hey, Miss Lori. Long time no see. But, the roof is all done now. Sitting up there, you can see some of the tools of the trade that I used to go after that. I'm going to get me something to point with so it doesn't keep wanting to focus on my fingers. But there's a number of different grits of wet dry sandpaper up there. There's my automotive tape that I used to tape off the stuff, the rubber and all that kind of stuff to keep from damaging it. You can see that this is really cheap paint and it's badly damaged enough as it is. Whoop, wait a minute, that's a magnet. That's That's 3000 grit. Hey, Miss Kimberly. Hey, little hottie. It's got a pad on it. If you look, see it's padded. That's for damp sanding, which is different than this wet, dry sandpaper. Hey, Miss Kimberly. Hey, 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 girl. And then we used Sonax Max Cut Compound all the way around with a hybrid wool pad. Y'all have seen that before. I used 2 different wool pads on it, and then I went back, I believe, with my orange pad and that Griot's correcting cream. I showed you guys that before. Yeah, this stuff right here, if y'all can see that in the sunlight. Hey, Mr. Phelan. Hey, buddy. And that's kind of a medium, to me, compound. We did it all with that. Then I went back with a black lake, but all that was on the rotary polisher on a 5-inch backing plate. Then I went back with my dual action long throw pro version polisher, dual action. And first I did it with a black Lake Country pad, which is fairly soft, with the Sonax Perfect Finish polish. Got all that done, and then went back again with an even softer pad. I believe it was the white one or the green one, I don't remember, with that other polish I showed you guys, that micro cut, and it turned out pretty good, I think. To me, it did. You guys can be the judge. Go back and look at those photos at the beginning of this video. It's not perfect, but when you're going after a pitiful paint job like this, you already know ahead of time it's not going to be perfect, but it's as close to perfect as it's going to get without repainting the car. Anyway, some of you may remember, and there again, they're at the front of the video. If you go back and review that. Did the trunk, same deal. Wet sanding, wet sanding, wet sanding, wet sanding, wet sanding. Oh man. Several grits of wet sanding, blah, blah, blah. Same exercise. Sonax Max Cut several times. And then the Griot's Fast Correcting Cream. Also, I used the dual action for that with that orange pad. And then I dropped down, did this part. While I was here, I restored the tail lights. I mean, all the way across. That whole plastic section there, it was pretty nasty. It was turning opaque, had a lot of oxidation. Hey, is it? Happy birthday, Mr. Ben. Happy birthday, Mr. Ben. And then pretty much the same exercise as the rest of it. I've done the rear bumper all the way around. Even where the license plate goes was done up underneath, because that thing curves up under like that. I mean, it goes up under there. Kind of a back-breaking exercise. There was I tried to take a photograph of it. I don't know if it came out real well. There was a black scuff mark here. Not terrible, but it was visible on this red paint, orangish red, whatever they call this paint. Got rid of that. It is gone. Gone, 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 gone. Now, what I am going to do, I decided, once I got this thing out and kind of looking at it in the sunlight and under my inspection light, there are still some scratching on this trunk deck here. I don't know if I'll be able to pick any of it up for you guys or not. Trust me, it's there. Of course, you know, 98% of the people would say, hey, this is good. But I mean, I can see standing here a little bit of hazing and scratching in certain areas. So what I'm going to do is go back with probably the white pad, which is softer than the black one, with that micro cut polish. I'll polish this again and try to get it as close to perfection as possible. Probably this here as well. I don't think I need to do that down here. This came out just fine. No scratching that I can see, because I did back it out in the sunlight, folks. I've pulled it back in now. So I don't care how good a lights you got. So I've got all kind of lights here. I've got another light over there on an old microphone stand. It's very, very bright LED that I can bring in, but it's such a glare. Sometimes it's counterproductive, but the very best thing is the sunlight. Hey, Miss Deborah. You in country or out of country? Hell, I can't keep up with you, Deborah. But see, I could see from here, see where that light's hitting, see that there's still some micro marring left on that trunk deck. I'm going to try to get rid of that first thing in the morning. And I didn't concentrate around these holes and stuff here where the old spoiler was. Hey Jason, the great state of Texas. Should say the great country of Texas. But so I'm not worrying about all that too much, because he's going to put a new spoiler on here, and it's probably going to cover most of that up anyway. And there's no need in tackling that until he gets whatever spoiler he's going to put on here. Then once he gets the spoiler in, and if he wants to, he can come back and we'll fit it to this and see what we're dealing with. Somebody has epoxied rubber, and when you try to get it up, it pulls the paint up with it. I tried everything, adhesive remover, everything. I finally decided that if the spoiler is going to go over the top of that, there's no need in fighting that battle. But once he gets it on here, if any of this is left visible, like I said, then I will welcome my customer to come back over, and we will tackle what is visible after he reinstalls the new one at no additional charge, of course. But I'm pretty happy with the way everything has turned out so far. It is, as usual, taking much longer than I had anticipated that it would. But now that I've got these terrible, terrible, terrible horizontal surfaces, you know, the trunk, the roof, the hood, all done, and, you know, places like this here, you know, and of course I'm going to have to do the front end, but I've examined it closely. It's not too bad, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. So we'll get back on that in the morning, and then I'll start tackling the sides, which I think will move much, much faster. They're not near as badly damaged as this is, although this paint that's on here is quite stubborn sometimes. Oh, and then after that, man, I got to put the protectant on the wheels and tires. I got to do the glass. I got to restore the rubber and the plastic, including the vent cowl, that spoiler on the front end. I still have to polish up these exhaust tips. I'm not sure how I'll get it to those. They're kind of tight fit in there. But hell, we'll figure something out and get those spiffy looking. And then we shall see. Then after all that, folks, then the ceramic coating goes on, which takes quite a while to cure. And I need it to cure so that I can go back after and put the top coat on it, which I will come back and show you guys all that for those of you who may be interested or possibly mildly entertained at this point. But I think the car is shaping up quite well. You know what? My stomach is grumbling. It's well after 5 o'clock on a sunny Sunday afternoon. So I'm going to sign off here and probably call this a day. Been at it since pretty early this morning. So it's another full day of detailing, folks. See, there's a lot more to this at this level than washing it, doing a quick buff, and throwing some wax on there. You know what? That would have made this car look pretty good, but would have not made it come near to this level as it is right now. nor would it have lasted. You know, that kind of detailing, yeah, it looks good for maybe a month, and then it starts to revert right back to the way it was. When I remove these scratches and imperfections and all that kind of stuff using these methods, they are gone forever. They will not come back. You might scratch it again, but these scratches and these imperfections are gone forever. And when I'm done with this car, the coating and the shine and all that, if it properly maintained, will last years as opposed to months with a wax or a sealant. So I think my customer will be pretty happy about all that. At least I hope he is. I thank y'all very much, each and every one of you, for taking the time out of your Sunday to watch my silly videos. But I hope you have maybe learned something. Yeah, and if you have a question, shoot me a PM. Put it in the comments below. I mean, I tried to help Mr. Phil Pott out in Texas here not too long ago with some tips. And oh, by the way, Jason, that citral you ordered is also very excellent for removing bird crap, bug splatter, tar, that kind of stuff as well. I use it all the time for all kind of stuff, all kinds of stuff. And Jason, if your wife ever figures out what you have and all the stuff it's good for in the house, oh, she'll be into it. So watch out, watch out. It's also great for cleaning glass with a magic sponge, Jason. Of course, then you got to go back with a glass cleaner after that. But if you just want a quick, relatively quick cleanup of some glass that's not really that bad, the citral diluted down about 4 or 5 to 1, maybe a little bit more, with distilled water, Jason, and a magic sponge, and it'll spiff up glass in a hurry. I have a glass top on my stove. Use it all the time for that, all the time. It will super clean glass and mirrors. Of course, you don't want to do glass that's not tempered with that magic sponge because it will scratch it. Okay, guys. Thank y'all. Goodbye now.